Talking about other options for migrating or moving from Drupal 7, for some organizations, Backdrop might also be an option. Why it might be suitable for them? Or could you briefly explain what does Backdrop offer? What are their main benefits? Or who would suit this option, this migration option?
You might want to choose Backdrop if you don't have the team with the right knowledge to moving to a different platform. Because again, mentioned Drupal 8 is or 8, 9, 10, or 11, it's a total different system, right? So if you don't have the budget, you don't have the team, and you want to like take advantage of the current team that is already taking care of the Drupal 7, probably that's the easiest path. And definitely you need to understand you won't be able to have access to the latest shiny and new features that Drupal 11 comes with. And that basically you will stay with a pretty similar site. You will be able to transport your current knowledge in 7 to Backdrop easily. You will be able to take advantage of a lot of the code, the custom code you have. Definitely will be changes you need to implement, which won't be that drastic change as moving to Drupal 11.
Absolutely. And very similarly, it's important to understand what Backdrop is and how it came to be, right? Backdrop is specifically the answer when it was 2 years into the Drupal 8 development cycle, when Drupal 7 users or maintainers like ourselves, where the announcement that we got from the community was the changes was going to be so significant. If I remember correctly, and Jesus, correct me if I'm wrong, it was when we introduced Symfony. We, the community, the royal we. So it was going to be a significant change in the coding paradigm. So we were going to go from sequential programmatic instructions to actually a more robust object-oriented programming style. And that was just going to be a cliffhanger for a big chunk of the community that we had at that point. So 2 years into it, this organization stepped up and said, we're going to lose a ton of traction. We don't want to lose all these people. It's going to be so expensive to now we have to go find Symfony Laravel specialists, and it's just going to drive the prices up. So they created this CMS as an alternative. It is by definition a fork, right? So it was forked from 2013's Drupal back in the day, and it was maintaining mainly the same functionality and features. Features being a keyword. So if your site was adopted the ability to group functionality into features, that might be a foreign word. I'm trying to keep it simple so that stakeholders or decision makers can actually find the value in this webinar. If you had features enabled on your site, that would have been gone. It got deprecated down the road. We do not have features as they were defined back in Drupal 7 anymore on Drupal 11, right? So again, it's really important to understand that it was a very very brave effort. It was great for the community. Very similar to, like I said, the organization that offered to extend Drupal 7 support and security coverage for a few more years. It has a purpose, and it has a very valuable to the community point of view, right? So it's very valid and still is.
Right, and definitely it's the goal of Backdrop is different than the goals of Drupal 11. It's their target is a different market, so that's why they don't pursue the same goals. So that was the difference. Yeah, but again, just to clarify, just kind of regrouping words or kind of recapping, there's a less changes that have been happening, or less drastic changes, but still you need to do some changes. There's some custom code you need to do, teaming changed a little, but again, it's not a full rewrite. I mean, as in Drupal 8 is because Drupal 8 introduces a lot of subsystems and different a different way to interact with the platform. So again, it's probably the easiest way to keep your site alive with the same team. The team can translate their knowledge easily to the new platform. And as Rob was mentioning, it's a project that it's well maintained and it will be receiving updates and upgrades.
Just like Rob said, a good option to keep you afloat, but maybe you don't have the latest that Drupal has to offer, no?